I'm so proud to be mayor of this city of angels. And looking out at this audience of angels, people who are doing the work and standing up against sexual violence, this city is amazing. We're the entertainment capital of the world. We're the manufacturing capital of America. We're the green jobs and tech jobs capital of this country. But we are also the Denim Day capital of the world. Here in Los Angeles, we are spreading this movement and making sure that everybody knows what we have to say. And that's because of Peace Over Violence and Patty Giggins, a vision that they had to start local, to build from here, to bring in other cities in the state, then in the country, around the world, to return it back to Italy. This is an incredible movement, and I'm proud to be a part of it along with you. Let's give Patty one more round of applause and thank her for her amazing work. I want to thank Paul and Maurice as well for turning this into now the home for Denim Day. And the Guest family, you are an extraordinary group of men and women. It feels like coming home here now in our second year. And you have incredible courage, not just to take this on as an issue, but to tell your daughter to sit back down. I'm a father too, and that takes almost as much courage. But for all of us to realize that we are interconnected by this, that those of us who worked in rape crisis centers or who do it today, those of us who make public policy, or those of us who have held a friend who has been the victim and the survivor of a sexual assault, we know what the human impact of violence in our world is today. And it's interconnected. Sexual violence and gang violence and domestic violence and school violence, these things all are a cauldron together that if we let one of them go unreported, somebody who is sexually assaulted can sometimes repeat that to others. We have to break the cycle of domestic violence to make sure that our death row isn't filled with people who grew up in households where they experienced violence as young children. It starts with us, and a world where we truly bring peace means that each one of us has to take that step and grow this family until it's every human being on the face of the earth. I also want to thank Steve Zimmer, who's in the audience. If you stand up, the vice president of our school board, because in our schools in Los Angeles, we now are teaching young children and teenagers to stop the violence, whether it's bullying, whether it's dating violence, or whether it's sexual assault in our schools. We have to seize another generation and cut this off at the limbs, make sure it doesn't grow, and make sure that what we plant, a different tree of peace, is the one that blossoms in the city and beyond. I also want to thank our police chief, who has led the way, and we're working very closely together with our district attorney and our county, represented by our county supervisor and my friend Mark Ridley Thomas, to make sure that we're expanding resources right here in Los Angeles. Because let me share some news with you. This year, sexual assaults are up over 11% in the city of LA. Now, I hope part of that is that we are getting more people who feel confident to report. These are the statistics of reported assaults. But one way or another, it is still going on, and if you look 2 years back, it's over 22% up. We have to make sure that we provide those survivors of sexual assault, of sexual violence, and violence of any sort, the sort of counseling and help they need. That's why this past year we have expanded our sexual assault response teams, the trained civilians, people like Peace Over Violence, who roll out immediately when these incidents happen to help preserve evidence, to make sure that people get the emotional and legal and psychological help that they need, to make sure this is a city where no rape goes unreported, where no assault goes unprosecuted, and where nobody feels they can't find justice. And in this year, too, we're looking at the interconnectedness with domestic violence. And we have 21 police divisions out there. This year, instead of just 10 of them having domestic abuse response teams, civilians again, that go out with our police officers to take people out of those violent homes, we are going to, 6 months early, by July 1st, have domestic abuse response teams in all 21 police divisions here in Los Angeles. And finally, I want somebody out there today who I hope, if you take no other clip from me or somebody else, that you get this from our great friends in the media that are here. We have zero tolerance in Los Angeles for sexual violence, and there is help. You are not alone. If you are the victim of sexual violence in this community or any community, go to www.safela.org or call us. Call us now at 1-800-799-7233. We are here to help and we are going to come back one day and put on these jeans just because we look good in them, not because we're stopping sexual assault. And because this is a city we want to get the word out to everybody, brevemente también en español, alrededor del país, cada abril es dedicado a la conciencia del asalto sexual. En este día nos ponemos pantalones de mezclilla en protesta contra los conceptos incorrectos sobre los asaltos sexuales. Nuestro objetivo es educar a la gente sobre la prevención de la violencia sexual y dar a conocer los recursos disponibles para ayudar a los sobrevivientes. Estos equipos de ayuda en la ciudad ayudarán a los sobrevivientes a romper el ciclo una vez por todos. Les consiguen viviendas temporales y ayuda legal para obtener órdenes de restricción. Hay ayuda, y si usted es una víctima de violencia sexual, visita a safel.org o llámanos a 1-800-799-7233. Thank you all so much. Thank you to guests. Thank you to Peace Over Violence. And let's end this here. Thank you.